Yo, 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 yo. Y'all know what it is, baby. Trying to get live at 5. Going to get lit at 6, coming live and direct. So give me all my respect. What up, what up, what up, what up? People, and welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. I am your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big ups to that 501 and that 317, man. Little Rock, Indianapolis. We are in the building. And man, oh man, I'm telling you guys right now, I got a jam-packed show for you guys. I'm talking about from top to bottom. It's full of little boxing tidbits, you know what I'm saying? Good stories. And let's give you a rundown right quick. We will be talking about Virgil Ortiz and Earl Spence and the Twitter beef that they had going on last night. We will be talking about Dana White and him getting an island for UFC. Also, we'll be talking about Tyson Fury. Oh man, Fury's been out here talking a lot of stuff, man. Talking a lot of stuff about Wilder, about the other heavyweights in the division, and we will be bringing you a little bit about Floyd Money Mayweather and what he's been doing that really got everybody's attention. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get right into it. Where should we start first? I mean, look, we're gonna start with the most recent news. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start with the most recent news. We're gonna talk a little bit about Virgil Ortiz and Earl Spence. Let me go ahead and get this right here up, man. Earl Spence and Virgil Ortiz had a little Twitter spat last night, and somebody got real disrespectful. I'm gonna bring you all the particulars of the story and how this story even started. Let's go back to the beginning on how this story started, man. Virgil Ortiz had an interview with The Zone where he was asked about a potential fight with Earl Spence. And he was like, yeah, man, I think that'd be a good fight for Texas. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Dallas, he from Dallas. We boxed in the same gym. I think it'll be a big fight at AT&T Stadium, but I think I'm a couple of fights away from being on that level, and I think I need about 2 years, you know what I'm saying, to get my skills and get my craft in order. He didn't say it in those words, but I'm just paraphrasing. I'm just reading between the lines, you know what I'm saying? So Earl Spence was on IG Live yesterday with Ray Flores, and I kind of left that part out on purpose. I'm not saying I'm the smartest person in the world, but I left that part out on purpose because I felt like that we were going to be revisiting it because of what Earl Spence said. And for all y'all who don't know what Earl Spence said, guess what Mike got for you? Your boy got the audio. So let's go ahead and get to the audio right quick and let's play it.
You know, just to see him get to that point, you know, it's great seeing.
Hold on. That ain't the audio that I want to start at. I want to start with this one.
16 knockouts, 16 knockouts. So much respect to him doing his.
Oh, nope. Sorry. Wrong one. This one.
You know, just to see him get to that point, you know, it's great seeing because I remember him as a little kid, a little crybaby kid. He was crying a lot. But now to see him get to this point and, you know, and looking to challenge me in about 2-3 years. It's good that he know that, you know, 2-3 years he might be ready, you know, but I don't see him. I don't see him, you know, beating me.
He said, man, he remember him as a kid, being a little crybaby kid, you know what I'm saying, in the gym. And look, man, we all were kids once upon a time, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you a little flashback of to what Earl Spence was referring to. Here's a picture that Golden Boy had posted up, you know what I'm saying? And they said, will this fight ever happen? And look. At that point in time, Earl Spence was like he was about 16, maybe, and Virgil Ortiz does look like a little kid. So at that age, we were all whiny. We were all whiny. So it's not like Earl was being disrespectful. He was just saying something that he remembered, just having a little joke. You know what I'm saying? But let's finish the audio. Let's finish the audio right quick. What else did Earl say about this young man?
16 knockouts, 16 knockouts. So much respect to him doing his thing and, you know, making Dallas look good and, you know, putting on for the city.
Errol, there been talk.
Much respect for him doing his thing, putting on for the city. He ain't coming at that man sideways. He said much respect for that man putting on for the city. But you can't tell everybody how to react to something. You can't tell everybody how to feel about something that somebody said about him. He took it away. He took it away and it led him to his Twitter. And what did he have to say? Let's see. Here we go. Let me take that banner down right quick. The only crying, this is coming from Virgil Ortiz. The only crying I remember was when you didn't make it out of Dallas in the Golden Glove, and he was referring to the Olympics because he came back and fixed that. Don't be throwing fake jabs at me. I've been nothing but respectful to you, Earl Spence Jr. Might have to change your ring name to the Lie after this one. Ooh, Virgil. Virgil hit a little chord right here. It touched Virgil, you know what I'm saying, with Earl Spence said, like, ain't no cry, baby. The only person I remember crying was you, homie. Don't come at me with that bullshit. We're gonna change your ring name to the Lie. The Lie. Come on, man. Let's go back to Earl, and y'all know Earl wasn't gonna let this slide. Earl wasn't gonna let this slide. You know, Earl had to come back and say something, right? What did Earl say? No disrespect intended, my dude, but you did used to cry as a kid. Damn, you was a baby. Cool it, young fella. You was a youngster. And while we talking about Golden Gloves in my Al voice, I won the Nationals the next year, and everything else it was to win. So he let me know, like, bruh, I wasn't coming at you like that. I was just referring to like when you was younger, when you was a kid, when we all was whining. I wasn't coming at you like that. And while we talking about things that I came back and superseded, I won the Nationals the next year. And everything else it was to win. Well, y'all been waiting on it. Y'all been looking like, Mike, I thought you said somebody got real disrespectful. I'm about to bring it to you. I just want y'all to know that, hey, when I read this right here, it's full of disrespect. And this is coming from Virgil Ortiz Sr. The only crying I remember was when Earl cried in the Olympics. Everyone remembers that. Earl, don't be fake, my son. Oh, he tried to son him. He said, my son. He tried to do a Birdman on him. That's my son. I know that had to rub Earl the wrong way. Earl, don't be fake, my son. Okay, my bad. I read that wrong. I'm sorry. Earl, don't be fake. My son has shown you a lot of respect. But when you're saying fake lie, that goes out the window. You know, like out the window of a Ferrari kind of way. Ooh-wee. He talking about the wreck. He wasn't driving a Ferrari, he driving like a Lambo or something, but he was driving something nice. Ooh. And this is gonna build to that momentum. You know this gonna circulate and sooner or later, Earl gonna see this. This is Virgil Ortiz Sr. off his Facebook. He came back and deleted it, but you know my inside connects, baby. They gave me the goddamn a post before it was too late. And he coming at Earl, man. He referring to the accident. That's a low. Hey, that's a whoa. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I just got Earl Spence. I mean, I just got the fans' reaction. Hold on. Whoa. Every boxing fan in America is reacting like that right now. They are here like, whoa. What is going on? Wow, he said that. Oh, man. Somebody going to have to pay the piper sooner or later, man, talking like that, right? Like, you know, like out the window of a Ferrari. I'm excited to see where this beef lands up, where it goes from here. will Earl Spence respond to Virgil Ortiz's father? Will he? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, hey, Twitter beef spill over to Facebook beef. You know what I'm saying? Hey, his pops get jumped in. Y'all know what it is, man. This is Mike on Sports, man. Smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. Tell a friend about Mike on Sports. And if you haven't already subscribed to Mike on Sports, please do so right now. Let's move on. Let's move on to the meat and potatoes of this right here, man. I've been waiting on this story because I just felt like it was more to come. And I was right. Tyson Fury questions Wilder's motivation. And I'm going to bring you the particulars of the story. But right there, he questioned Wilder's motivation, and it's not in the way you think. It's what is motivating Wilder to take this trilogy. Fury thinks it's a monetary motivation for Wilder to take this fight. But don't take my word for it. I'm going to bring you the particulars of what Tyson Fury said. Let's go ahead and get to this screen share. You know what I'm saying? Bang that out right quick. Go back to StreamYard. Take that off the screen. Bam, here we go. I'm going to give y'all a full screen look at it because I want y'all to know what this young man said about Wilder. Here we go. Fury, this is the title of the story, coming from Boxing Clever, so this is not his source. You got a source from somebody else, which I will be giving their just credit for. Fury, I was surprised Wilder won a trilogy. It must be for the money. So right there, he's saying Wilder is motivated by money. And look, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. I never read these stories beforehand. I like my reaction to be organic, just like y'all reacting to it. I'm reacting to it. So let's go ahead and get into it. WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury admits he was surprised when Deontay Wilder exercised his contractual rematch. Contractual right to a media rematch. Back in February, Fury dropped Wilder twice and stopped him in the 7th round, which we all know. The trilogy was targeted for a date in July 18th, but it was pushed back due to the ongoing coronavirus. All right, Fury sat down with Talk Sports, and this is what he has to say. Yeah, I was surprised he took the fight because it was a one-sided fight. He didn't win a second of that second fight. But in this game, it's a short game and a short career. And there's an old saying: we gotta make hay while the sun shines. And for all y'all country boys who don't know what that means, it means you gotta build that motherfucker and you gotta get the work done before the sun go down. But let's get back to that little thing he said he didn't want a second of that second fight. I had Wilder win the first 2 rounds. Now, for you to, I think everything went sideways after Wilder took that shot on the side of the head. I think his equilibrium was knocked off. His legs went to jello. But to say that Wilder didn't win a second of that second fight, I think that's hard pressed. I think he won the first round. I think he won the second round. I can't be debated about that. If you want to debate me, we can go back and watch the fight, and we can really see if Wilder won the first 2 rounds or not. And Fury also goes on to say, and for Deontay Wilder at the age of 34, how many big fights out there are left for him after a domination like he had? I don't know the man's personal circumstances, but from what I've seen, these American fighters and sportsmen, they always live a rock star lifestyle, even though they're not rock stars. Like, hold on, man. Hold on, man. Don't try to cast them aspersion on American athletes, bruh. Because you watch that little 30 for 30 going broke and shit, you think that applies for all American athletes. Look at Michael Jordan. You think he broke? Huh? You think Shaquille O'Neal broke? He motherfucking had the Ring doorbell. You think LeBron's struggling right now? You think Floyd Mayweather's struggling for money right now? You think Andre Ward is struggling for money right now? You think Terrence Crawford is out here living a rock star lifestyle? Huh? Just because you see these guys with jewelry on, that's part of our culture. We like flashy things. We like that bling bling. Shout out to Birdman and Cash Money back in the day. We like looking nice. We ain't living the rock star lifestyle. No. This is part of our culture. The rock stars took it from us. They took it from us. 2 Live Crew back in the day. We been wearing jewelry. Mississippi Pimps back in the day. Fillmore Slim out in San Francisco. It's part of our culture, baby. We like nice things. We like the gold. We like nice cars. Don't mean we live in a rock star lifestyle. These man, why do live in Alabama? He got houses in Atlanta and I believe one in LA. He's not struggling. He's not struggling at all, man. So I hate when you try to cast that aspersion on American fighters and American sportsmen. No, bro. No, man. Them fighters back in the day probably got ripped off by their promoter. Now with the Ali Act and now with Al Heyman out here paying these fighters what they worth, none of these fighters are out here struggling. Have you seen Andre Berto? Have you seen Adrian Broner? These guys got money. You seen Keith Thurman? They all feeling good. They all living right now. And you heard Earl Spence yesterday. Al give you an option. Do you want this money now? Or do you want your money to build up so when you retire, you have an outlet. You have a better way of life. Look at Paul Williams. Paul Williams is a prime example of somebody who's not going broke because he listened to Al Heyman and made smart investments. So don't try to cast that aspersion on all American sports stars and American fighters. Some, yes, just like some in England go broke. What about Ted Cheeseman betting out his goddamn money? Huh? What about David Hay? People said David Hay was in a damn nightclub all the time trying to live a rock star lifestyle. Come on, man. Come on, man. Get out of here with that, man. But back to the quote. They go through a lot of money quite quickly. Just look at Mike Tyson. He went through it like $1 billion or whatever. He went through. So I'm sure that the money side of it is the tempting thing. I don't think it's too tempted to go in there and get an absolute beating like he did before. But he would be tempted by the amount of money that he would receive because they go through it quite quickly. I think that's the reason he's taking the fight for the money. Again, they go through it quite. Man, Mike Tyson was a different animal. He was, and Mike Tyson still got money till he came back and he reinvented himself. He got break out of a weed ranch. Come on, man. Don't come out here and try to cast these aspersions on American fighters. And I really feel like you coming at the American black athlete, you know what I'm saying? I really feel like that. You bring it up Mike Tyson, you bring it up Deontay Wilder, like, come on, bro. What about the English people? I'm pretty sure I don't know many documentaries over there in England about soccer players going broke, but I'm sure there's some of them. I'm sure that there's boxers over in England that don't have the money that they should have because of what about Nigel Benn? Is he out here balling? Is he out here living a lavish lifestyle? I can tell you Bernard Hopkins straight. I can tell you about that. I can tell you Roy Jones out here straight. Roy Jones ain't hurting. I can tell you about that. Come on, man. Don't be out here saying, I can tell you George Foreman living quite good. He living quite good. I can tell you Muhammad Ali's estate to this day is doing great. To this day, his estate is doing great. Come on, man. You guys out here talking about they blow through money quick. They do this, they do that. Man, get out of here. Get out of here with that bullshit. And that's why I don't like reading the stories, you know what I'm saying, beforehand, so y'all guys can get that organic reaction. But Fury wasn't done. Fury wasn't done, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. Tyson Fury wasn't done yet. No, sir. He came at Wilder some more. Now, he wasn't finished with Wilder. No, he was on a tirade. He said, shit. I'm going to talk about this right here. Tyson Fury says he was disappointed in Wilder. It was one of my easiest fights. All right. Now look, man. I can't really argue the point because he he got Wilder. He knocked Wilder out. You know what I'm saying? He didn't knock Wilder out. The fight was stopped by Wilder's corner because they felt like, Mark really felt like he was taking a excessive punishment, which Wilder disagreed with. But those guys have hashed things out, and it looks like Mark is still going to be a part of the team. Now, was it one of his easiest fights? Oh man, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I guess from the outside looking in, if you're a casual boxing fan, you might think so, because of the way he was able to use his size and use his mass and use his ring IQ to really push Wilder around the ring and have Wilder on his back foot. But before I break that down even more, let's get to the quotes. To be honest, I was quite disappointed in the challenge that Wilder brought, because I did train for 12 rounds at any pace. I put myself through hell and back for 10 weeks in training camp. Fury told Talk Sports. So he's saying he was ready for 12. He said he went to the depths of hell and came back a new man. That's what he said. Let that breathe for a second, man. I prepared for the best fighter on the planet. I prepared for the most vicious puncher on earth that there's ever been. And I was quite disappointed because it wasn't the challenge that I expected. So Fury saying shit. He put himself through the ringer. He made sure he dot he crossed every T and dot every I. He was expecting for the most vicious puncher in the world. And that wasn't not what he got. You know what I'm saying? Wilder landed 2 nice shots in the first round that I thought was going to have an effect on Fury, but it didn't. Maybe Wilder had an off night. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the case. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that I really can dispute, you know what I'm saying, about what Fury's saying. All thing I can say, man, Wilder, you can't beat Michael Jordan every night. Michael Jordan lost in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, to Shaquille O'Neal and the Magic, you know what I'm saying? So it's not a foregone conclusion. Andy Ruiz beat AJ. Everybody have an off night. Maybe Wilder just had an off night, but Fury had an on night. Although it was a fantastic victory for myself, it was a great fight. It just did seem that Wilder maybe wasn't himself. See, even Fury think Wilder wasn't maybe himself. Maybe all the excuses he made, some of them were true. Maybe his legs were sore from the costume. Maybe he did have the flu. Maybe he did have a broken arm or bone in his back or whatever. I'm not sure, because that wasn't the Deontay Wilder I prepared for. That wasn't the animal I put myself through all those hours of training for. And I agree with you, Fury. I totally agree. That wasn't the Wilder that we expected to see. That wasn't the Wilder that we are normally used to seeing in that ring on that night. I totally agree with that. But I take my hat off to you. You capitalized on that night. You came through and you got the victory and you got the stoppage victory, which nobody in boxing, but besides a select few that I can remember, that were actually predicting that. Off the top of my head, John Fury's dad was one of them, and there was one more person that I think that was predicted this kind of fight. Fury goes on to say, like I said, it would be one of my easiest fights, and it was. I believe that was one of my easiest fights, apart from the early knockovers that I had at the level you don't usually get that sort of easy victory with heavyweight champions of the world. The guy's been heavyweight champion of the world and made 10 title defenses, knocked out every single person, and to go in there with me, who's usually a boxer, counterpuncher, master skill boxer, and get absolutely destroyed in a few rounds. I trained for an absolute battle royale, and I didn't get that. So hopefully there's a couple of fighters out there that when I do get into training camp and I do serious training, that they will be worthy of the challenge. So he out here popping that shit. He out here popping that shit. Like, man, if there's anybody out there that they think they can take the challenge when I'm serious in training camp, I'm ready for him. And I think that Wilder is going to be up for that challenge, man, come this fall when the fight happens, man. I think Fury, he's going to get his wish. He's going to get a new, improved, and better Wilder. And I think this fight, this trilogy fight is going to be even better than the first two. I think it's going to be more suspenseful. I think somebody's definitely getting knocked out. And I think Wilder can rise again like the Phoenix, you know what I'm saying? Like the Phoenix. But I know y'all like, damn, Mike, we going to talk. No, man, no. Fury wasn't done. He wasn't done yet. Fury been out here in the media talking cash. Cash shit. Let's go to Fury's IG right quick. Bye, y'all. This is what he posted on his IG. I'm not making this up. Fury posted this shit, not me. This is what it say. The below four have all the same in common. All lost. With Fury with a crown on the motherfucking inside. You talk about trolling at a new level. You talk about trolling. He made a collage of 4 niggas. And I mean, three niggas and a Mexican American. He made a collage of them. Said, I beat Wilder lost, I beat him. AJ lost, the Mexican beat him. Parker lost, the fucking Australian, New Zealand beat him. I don't know, he from one of them motherfuckers. I think he from New Zealand, Joe Parker. And Dylan White, he got knocked out by AJ. So all those guys lost, but me. And I would come back to this by just saying simply this. Fury had a chance to rematch Vladimir Klitschko, did not take it. Went on a 2-year hiatus. Going to have another rematch to fight Deontay Wilder. So let's see if he can come through that unscathed. If not, he's going to be part of this group with 1 loss. Be careful what you post. Karma's a bitch. It'll come back around on you. It will come back around on you. And I see Fury out here doing his morning workouts with his wife, having fun, doing their thing. I love, man, glory to you and good health and good wealth. Just make sure come this fall. You ready, man. You ready. And you back up all these motherfucking words you've been saying. You back up all these words you've been saying, dog. Because you've been out here popping shit and running your mouth. Even though I like it, I'm a Wilder fan. I'm a Wilder guy. I cannot say that I'm not. Everybody know me. I'm a Wilder guy. Fury out here popping that shit, man. You gotta live up to it. You cost me money in that last fight, Fury, by doing that bullshit. You cost me money, nigga. I gotta talk to this motherfucking UK dude every damn day about the fucking money that Fury took from me, that I paid him because Wilder lost. Nigga, I can't wait till Wilder get back in the ring with you. He gonna knock your ass out. Moving right along, man. Moving right along, man. I'm sorry. I got a little passionate. You know, I mean, I get a little passionate sometimes. Dana White. Man, Dana White said, nigga, where there's a will, there's a way. Dana White said, when there's a will, there is a way. Hey, man. Look. Your boy said he got an island. He got an island for the UFC fights. What? Where you get an island from? You just get on Amazon, buy you an island. Can you get one on eBay? I might want an island or some shit. Motherfucker say he got an island for the UFC fights. Let me bring y'all the particulars of the story, and big ups to Michael Benson for the tweet. You know what I'm saying? Let me take this banner out so I can read everything real quick. Dana White says, I am a day or two away from securing a private island. I won't be able to get international fighters into the U.S., so I have a private island that I'm going to start flying all in and doing fights from there. April 18th, UFC is back up and running. So Dana White out here, man, making the way through the coronavirus. He said, "Fuck it, we can't do it in the U.S. You know what? We just gonna get an island. We gonna capitalize on all these people being at home, fiending for sports, fiending for something. We gonna put Francis and Gunner on that card. Yeah, we're gonna put Big Francis on that card, big knockout artist. Put him in a tough fight. We're gonna put Tony Ferguson against Justin Gaethje, another action fight that people gonna want to see. So Dana White, man, if it works, he a genius. If this shit works, he's a goddamn absolute genius. If it don't work, then he gonna have a lot of backlash. You know, he's gonna be like, nigga, what the fuck are you thinking? The fuck is you thinking, bruh? That's people playing Monday morning quarterback. Like after the shit goes haywire, goes bad, I'm like, man, I knew he shouldn't have did that dumb shit. I knew he shouldn't got no island for them fights. But if it goes well, people like, oh man, Dana White's a pioneer. People should follow Dana White's league. I know the NBA and the NFL got more money than Dana White. Why just go buy an island and have everybody fly in? Because ain't no goddamn player association in the UFC. So when Dana White speaks, his word is final. Pretty much. But there's somebody out there. There's somebody out there who's not liking what Dana White is doing. They're not enjoying what Dana White is out there doing. And there's no other than the boxing's favorite promoter right now. Let's be honest. He's the most visible promoter right now. Eddie Hearn goes at Dana White. What is he doing? Huh? Let's go see what Eddie got to say about Dana. What Eddie got to say? Put my face in there. What Eddie got to say, baby? I don't want to quit. What Eddie got to say? Talk to him, Eddie. Let's see what Eddie got to say. All right, real quick. Matchroom. It says Hearn slams move by stubborn Dana White to stage island fights. Matchroom, and this is coming from Manuk. I cannot say your name, brother. I apologize, but I'm pretty sure you didn't get this from you. I'm coming from another source, which I will give them the proper credit. But moving along to the story, I'm gonna read the whole story. I'm in a reading mood today. Matchroom boxing head Eddie Hearn is not one of those to shy away from taking risks and being first to market. Over the last year, the promoter secured a $50 million site fee to stage a heavyweight fight in Saudi Arabia, despite human rights concerns. And he also partnered with Paul brothers Logan and Jake and pitted these celebrities in the ring with separate bouts as boxers. Like many other boxing promoters, Hearn had to suspend his full slate of shows around the UK and US through June because of the coronavirus. UFC boss Dana White announced Monday that he is moving forward with his April 18 ESPN Plus pay-per-view to an unknown island in the U.S. despite losing his original main event, Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson, in venue Barclays Center in recent days. Here's what Hearn told Express Sports. So big ups to Express Sports. It's unbelievable. I like to think that in boxing, there's no more roll your sleeves up and get on with it than me. But even I wouldn't consider staging an event right now. I'm not even thinking about options. Not even on the radar. This is stubbornness by the UFC. These are many of the things that make Dana White successful. But at some point, you have to sit back and say, white flag. I'm quite surprised ESPN is going ahead with this. Obviously, they want ratings and money, but with Sky Sports and DAZN, I would not be allowed to stage events right now. It's bad taste, to be quite honest. Now, look, man, I agree. Like right now, man, with the pandemic that's going on, where people not having the proper testing, with all the uncertainty, with all the people dying, and this thing can be transferred and it can stay in the air, and it can stay on surfaces, and it only takes one person to really make it spread. You know what I'm saying? If you bring like a person that's on film crew or the production, or maybe somebody who's part of somebody's team, a lot of different people coming from a lot of different areas to come together. Hopefully they have some kind of testing in place to make sure that these people that are coming from these areas have not been affected. And I say all that to say this: bad taste, yeah, because the American government, you know what I'm saying, has pretty much told everybody to stay in and not really congregate. The NBA, the NFL, what NFL is doing, the draft from all digital, so it's all going to be virtual drafts. You know what I'm saying? MLB has suspended the spring training and suspended the season until further notice. So it's just like, if you see all those people doing it, why are you, Dana White, so persistent in trying to make the UFC a anomaly when it comes to this? But look, man, like I said, if it works, people are going to praise them. They're going to be like, hey, man, you are the smartest guy in the world. Great job. But if it don't work, it's going to be hellified backlash. It's going to be big backlash on the UFC. And it's going to be interesting to see how and if that goes wrong, how the UFC deals with that backlash. Back to the quotes from Eddie Hearn. Dana White wants to be a trailblazer. People have told him he can't do it, but I know the feeling of being told something and you do it anyway. Half of me admires him for cracking on, but the other half says, come on, don't be mad. And over in the UK, mad is being like crazy, insane. But Eddie has more. So this place where this fight is going to be on April 18th, I have locked up for 2 months. So I'm going to continue to pump fights out, White told ESPN on Monday. The infrastructure is being built right now. We're going to do all of our international fights on the island, on this island. We're going to start cranking. The UFC will be back up and running internationally and here in the States. Health and safety is something we worry about all the time, not just during the coronavirus. Obviously, this has made our job a little tougher, but we're going to do everything above and beyond to make sure everybody is safe, just like we always do. A lot of things will be different. Hearn shared that he's taking an entirely different approach than White with boxing, and he doesn't mind sitting it out. And even though fighters like Regis Prograis, who is supposed to be headlining Hearn promote a show next week in Maryland against Maurice Hooker, are calling for Hearn to follow White's path at securing an island for boxing matches as well. I was on the phone with top rank head Bob Arum yesterday with Pulev's teams too, and Arum's like, I like you guys, but we're not wasting our time on this call. Let's speak at the end of the month and we'll know more, said Hearn. Coronavirus hasn't really affected our business too much financially. We're okay, other than some initial costs, which we couldn't get back. We built up a decent building over the last 8 years. We're in a strong position with good liquidity. Equity, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, liquid when you got I'm saying cash on hand, money on hand, you know what I'm saying? But anyway. Yeah, man. I'm not look, man, I'm not mad at Dana White for trying to do something. But like I said, if it works, fine, fantastic. If it doesn't, there's gonna be a lot of people looking at Dana White sideways and wondering, like, does he know what the hell he's doing? But yeah, man, that's pretty much for that story. And let's go ahead and end with our final story of the day. Final story of the day. Who could it be? Who could it be? I know who it is. It's Money May. It's Money May. Y'all, what it do, Cash Bad? Y'all seen Money May out here training, looking all solid, looking good and shit? You ain't seen him train? You ain't, you know what, boy, guess who got the video for you? Me. Look at that Money May right quick, man. Let's see what Money May out here doing. He looking good, man. He looking better than most fighters look out here. He looking better than most fighters look out here, man. Money made, like, damn. Damn. He on his Vegeta shit. He on his Vegeta shit right now, ain't he? He doing something out there, boy. Nigga out there looking like $1 million right now. For real. Look, man, I don't know. Look, I know there's been a lot of talk, you know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather said he was going to come back this year and he was going to do his thing and he was going to be working with Dana White. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget, man, if you ain't already subscribed to Mike on Sports, you know what I'm saying? Please go ahead and do so. Y'all see the thing in the background. You know what I'm saying? We got all my favorite athletes on that thing. But yeah, man, Floyd Mayweather said he's going to be coming back and he's working with Dana White on some potential fights. So it's good to see Floyd back in the ring training and doing his thing. I don't know what level of fights he's going to be fighting. He's going to be all versus UFC fighters. I was entertained with the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fight. I can't even lie. It's always good to see Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Floyd looks like he's in better shape than most of the boxers right now who's doing training videos. Like he looks crisp, and maybe he just doing this training to get his mind off some things. You know what I'm saying? His daughter been charged. You know what I'm saying? His kid's mother's died earlier this year. Roger Mayweather died a couple of weeks back, so it's been a tough time for Floyd. So I'm glad to see him back doing what he loves, doing like what makes him what makes him probably, you know what I'm saying, makes him sane and makes his life a little bit easier for those hour or 2 hours that he is in the gym. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. This has been Mike on Sports, man. Y'all know what it is. Big ups to everybody out there in the chat. Thank you guys for supporting. Smash the like button, smash the thumbs up button. Mike on Sports, man. We're here to take over. We ain't here to take part in shit. Y'all know what it is. Until next time. Yes, sir.